Hello, and thank you so much for serving on this Sunday, September 1st. I'm going to walk you through what to expect for this Sunday to help you feel prepared and ready for serving in the kindergarten through 5th grade classrooms on this Sunday. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you into the 4th and 5th grade space back here, which is also our huddle area. So you need to arrive at 9:20 for our group huddle in this space. After that is done, if you are teaching 4th and 5th grade, this is where you're going to stay. If you're teaching 2nd and 3rd grade, you're going to go to the classroom next door, which I have the accordion wall open right now, but it won't be on Sunday. So you'll have to exit and go through the hallway. Kindergarten and 1st grade goes all the way down the hallway to the last classroom on the left. So we start in small group. Now I'm going to start by showing you the schedule. Every Sunday, with the exception of Memory Verse Sunday, which is always going to be on our 4th Sunday. Every other Sunday is going to follow this schedule. The classrooms open around 9:50. You're just going to let them visit. If you are in the 2 older classrooms, they can just talk and visit until 10 o'clock. If you're in kindergarten and 1st grade, they have a coloring sheet on their table that they're going to do until 10 o'clock. Make sure they write their name on it. At 10 o'clock is when you're going to jump right into your first activity, which is your belong activity. It's about feeling connected to your group. You're going to do that for 10 minutes from 10 o'clock until 10:10. At 10:10, you're going to bring Bibles. So every student that has a Bible, if they don't have a Bible, both 2nd and 3rd grade, 4th and 5th have Bibles tucked aside for kids who forget theirs, or they can always share with a friend. Kindergarten 1st, you also have one, but you're already in the large group space. So you can just grab one instead. Also, bring your iPad with you in case if any kids arrive late, you can check them in while they're listening to the large group lesson. So at 10:10, you're going to leave the classroom, go to the large group space. Large group begins at exactly 10:15, and it will end no later than 10:48. So that will put you back to your small group at 10:50. I'm going to go over large group in more detail when I get to that room. But so if you're teaching a small group, you are teaching from 10 to 10:10. Going to large group. When you're in large group, if you are not a large group teacher, which there are 2 people assigned to that each week, if you are only assigned to a small group teacher teaching role, then your job during large group is to watch student behavior. Take attendance of your kids that arrive late and kind of watch the group. If kids need to move spots, if they need to move to the back of the room, if they maybe need to leave to go to the bathroom, those types of things. It's your job to monitor behavior so that the large group teachers can focus on covering the content quickly and in an entertaining way so that it is done at 10:48. So at 10:50, you will be back in your space. At 10:50, you will do your Believe activity, which is about developing your Bible-based beliefs. And then you will, that's 10 minutes. And then you will start your Become activity, which is about kind of putting that to practice. And then at 11:10, that's again 10 minutes. At 11:10, you will start your small group wrap up. That is a discussion time. And then 11:15, continuing that discussion. So I'm going to start with 4th and 5th grade. 4th and 5th grade, during your Become activity. So first of all, every classroom has a cart that looks similar to this. They are labeled. So the top one is your lesson plans and the take-home sheets. Those need to go home with kids at the end of the morning. So if you open it up, 4th and 5th grade, you have keys in case if we're going upstairs. You have your 2 copies of your lesson plans for your 2 teachers. And then you also have your take-home sheets there. Ignore those in the back. That's the schedule for Memory Verse Sunday. I just store them in there. So the next 3 things are the pull-out drawers for Belong, Believe, and Become activities. Sometimes those activities don't require any materials, and so it's empty. Other times they require them, so they're in there. So for instance, Belong doesn't require anything, so it's empty. Believe requires these 2 sheets, and they must be taped on the wall, so they're here with some tape, so you can get those taped up. Become requires paper. General materials like glue sticks, crayons, pencils, those types of things are always going to be in the material caddies. Every classroom has them. If you're in K-1st, they're on the student tables. If you're in 2nd and 3rd, they are also on student tables. In 4th and 5th, they are here on this bookcase. So 4th and 5th graders, your Belong activity. You need the whiteboard, which is here, dry erase markers, which are in that little bucket that is on a magnet attached to the board. And you're going to do this Have You Ever activity, which is right here. It is scripted. This is your comfort level. If you feel more comfortable with a script, follow the script. If you do not feel comfortable with a script and you would prefer to use your own words, then do that. This is just kind of like a guide for you so that if you feel like you understand the activity well, if you feel comfortable with just using your own words, you don't have to, but it is here to help you. So this, you do have to write on one side of the board yes, and the other side of the board no for this activity with a dry erase marker. That's the only thing they need the marker for. Then when you go to large group, when you come back at 10:50, your Believe activity is color run. So again, you're going to flip in your lesson plan to the next page, color run. Everything, supplies, and prep work has already been done for you. Follow the instructions. Again, a script is there if you would like it. So you're going to follow that. And again, the materials for that are in that Believe bucket. And then we're skipping discipleship discussion and moving it to the end. And then we're going to do not small group. We're going to do Become, which is 10 minutes, the Hope in Him. So again, flip to the back of the second page. It's right here. Has everything you need to know about how to do it. If you want to read through this more closely, you can either pause the video and read it on the video, or you can go to our Google Drive. It is saved under this week, under September 1st. And so you can look at the electronic copies of all the lesson plans. It's got every grade level's plan as well as the large group plan in there if you want to see what's happening this week. And then you do small group wrap up, which is going to be kind of tying everything together, praying together, setting a challenge for the week. You can see that here. And then finally, the last one is discipleship discussion, which this is great. It's tying it to the real world based on the story that we're looking at this week about Jacob and Esau. And so these are going to be the same in every classroom. I really would love for you to get to this part. It is at the end so that you can get through the activities first so that you can have these discussions as parents are arriving. And so that is it for 4th and 5th grade. Now I'm going to walk you through 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th. I'm going to take the shortcut. Also, when you leave your huddle, make sure you have an iPad and a walkie-talkie for your room so that you can get any announcements that you might need and so you can take attendance. So 2nd and 3rd grade have 2 tables. 2nd and 3rd grade, honestly, isn't going to use tables very often. So they're pushed against the wall. If you ever need them pulled away, you can make that choice as a teacher. Material buckets are there. Bibles are there. All the materials you need are here and here. Sometimes if they're too big, they're set next to the materials. So same thing. All the same information is in here. And then all the buckets are the same in here. So lesson plan is going to look different. So if you are teaching kindergarten through 1st grade or 2nd and 3rd grade, this is for you because you have the same activities this week. So for your Belong activity that goes from 10 to 10:10, you are doing hopeful hops. You need no materials for this. So you can follow along on there. Again, you can look at the electronic copy if you want to read through the script and understand it more closely. The Believe activity is what happens after large group. Pass the paint. We're not doing actual paint. We are doing colored dots. So that is all of the script is here. It does tell you what the supplies and the prep work were there. You can look here. I did not do bubble letters. I just made them big enough for the dots. And so if you look, oops, I guess I forgot to put the dot. Oh, I have them in my pocket. I just found them. So the dots that you're going to need for Pass the Paint for your Believe activity are right here. Those color dots for Believe, 1 per student. And then your Become activity is what's going to come next from 11 to 11:10. So again, you're going to turn to the back of the second page, which is right here. Backward baskets. For this, you're going to need balls and 2 large baskets. So there's the baskets and there's the balls. Kindergarten and 1st grade, you have the same exact setup, same number of balls. And so you need to read through the script, kind of know what to expect and know how to play the game together. And then following that, again, discussion is how it's going to end. So small group wrap up, same thing where you're going to go over the story again, choose a challenge for the week, saying goodbye and praying together, and then ending together as they're being checked out with a discipleship discussion, which is the same for all 3 groups. So that is that. And then as they're leaving, please do remember to give them their take-home sheets, which are in that top bucket underneath lesson plans is the take-home sheets. And again, same thing in here. On the bottom, there's papers that are important to stay for Memory Verse Sundays. You're also going to notice on the board, there's a little orange dry erase magnet that says tips for that classroom. If you find something that works really well, like a seating arrangement or just a way of teaching or something that works well, you can write it on there. I'm going to walk us to kindergarten and 1st grade now so that you can kind of see how that is written in there. And I'm going to walk you through large group. So down the hallway at the end, you see the signs that say kindergarten through first grade. That's for their small group, as well as elementary large group. So when large group time comes up, everyone's going to come in and have a seat facing the stage. The two teachers who are teaching large group are going to have a timer going on the TV that will have a countdown to get us started right at 10:15. Also, you're going to notice, we might not need it this week, but we have letters written in the windows A, B, C, and back here on the bathroom mirror, D, so that when we do review questions on certain weeks, and if they have them go make a certain choice, A, B, C, or D, they have a spot to go to for those questions. So before I jump into large group, small group, kindergarten and first grade, you have coloring sheets already out. If you need extras, they are on that bookcase back there in the corner. You guys have the same lessons as second and third grade, so all of your things are organized in the same way. You've got your buckets and your balls. They have a few tips, kindergarten, first grade. A great tip for them is when they do their activities in their small group, have them sit in a circle, and boy, girl, really does help them a lot with focusing. And then when you do small group wrap up and discipleship discussion, do it at their tables while they color. So they can come back here and sit facing the whiteboard for the big, long, believe, and become activities. But when you do those discussion questions, it's good to have their hands busy while they're thinking and talking so they can work on their coloring sheets at the end while they answer those questions. So, large group, couple things. The memory verse is written on the window. And before Sunday, I will add what the bright idea is for September. The TV will be turned on, and we'll have your slides and your videos up there. You also have a microphone to turn it on. I'm going to come back to the back of your speaker. At the bottom, there's a switch to turn it on. You do want to be mic'd. It really does help keep their attention. Also, turning the lights off when we show the videos during large group helps with the glare on the TV. So, for this week, I will always have your lessons pinned up here. So those of you that are teaching large group will get your lesson plans pinned up here. You can just pull it down. Down here is just like the important overall information for everyone. Kindergarten, first grade, here's your extra Bibles. So I took one down so I can show it to you. At 10:15, you're going to do the welcome. If you have two people teaching, what I highly recommend is talking to the person that you're teaching with. One person doing the welcome, the find it in the Bible, the review, and the wrap up. I know that seems like a lot, but those are all small chunks that are within this. The biggest chunk is the Bible teaching. And so having the second teacher do the entire Bible teaching while that other person kind of works as the helper of like changing the slides, turning on the video, that type of thing. So for the welcome, you just need the intro video, the printable papers or slides. So it is set up as slides. I printed it out just in case. So it is printed here in case if we're having any tech issues, we do have it printed here. Again, it is scripted. You're going to read the welcome here. You're going to go through the questions you're going to answer together, and then you're going to watch the intro video that will be on your TV. You just need to click it open and press play. The second step is the find it in the Bible, and these are all timed, by the way. It doesn't say here, but it says on the front how long it should take. So the welcome total should be 8 minutes. Find it in the Bible should only be 2 minutes. So you're not actually reading this and this. You're just reading this part. So in here, the kids aren't going to actually open their Bible unless if they want to, but you leading up front are going to open a Bible and show them the title page for the book of Genesis. Actually, the kids will turn to there afterwards and find Genesis 25. They're not going to read it. You're just going to locate where it's at so they know where today's story is at in their Bible. What I recommend is taking the 15 seconds to look up here. We want them to always understand where the story from today falls within God's big story. So today they're learning about Jacob and Esau, but our story isn't really about Jacob and Esau. It's about how their story fits within God's big story. Looking for where it fits within there, understanding its purpose within his plan. So doing that quickly for 2 minutes. And then the next step is the Bible teaching. And this is the 10-minute one. This is the longest part. You have props today. So you're going to start with praying. And then your props for today they're the slides, which will be up on the TV, a large ball of red yarn, scissors, which are already here, a bowl, which is here, a blindfold, a pillow. We're not doing biblical costumes, but I will have the blindfold, the pillow, and the yarn here by Sunday. They'll just be right here on this table ready for you to take up on the stage for you. And you have to find 4 characters to act for you in the group. So you're going to pick an Esau, a Jacob, an Isaac, and a Rebecca to come up on the stage. Make sure you pick kids that are going to be able to stay focused and be helpers to you up there. So you're going to follow the script. If you're teaching large group, I really, really recommend looking through this and so that you understand kind of how you want to go with it with the kids. It's really fun, but if you haven't looked at it before Sunday morning, it's going to feel overwhelming. So do take the time to look through that. Bible teaching stops here. It is, I think, 3 pages in total. 1, 2, 3. And then you move into the review, which is here, and it does have A through D this week. So you're going to watch the Bible review video first. And again, Bible review section should only take 8 minutes total. So you're going to start here, show the video, and then do these questions. If you're running short on time, cut the questions short. You have to kind of be willing to think on your feet with these to keep the timing within its limits, because it is very important that we get everyone back to their classrooms by 10:50 at the latest. So then the wrap up is at the end. It's 5 minutes. The most important part of the wrap up is going over our monthly memory verse, because this is brand new, being the first week of September, showing that memory verse video and talking about our bright idea, which is God gives us hope. And that is it for large group. So at the end of large group, you're going to dismiss them out. The kids have icons on their name tags now. If they're a 4th and 5th grader, they have a tree. If they are in 2nd or 3rd grade, they have a leaf. If they are in kindergarten, 1st grade, they have an acorn. So again, also when they come into small group, when they're sitting here facing you, acorns are going to be sitting first because you're already in your space. So you should go sit first. And I always recommend they need to leave a spot open next to them open so a tree can come and sit next to them to be a helper to them when we're looking up things in our Bibles. We want our 4th and 5th graders to feel really purposeful and helping those younger kids to be able to learn how to look up things in their Bibles. But I believe that is it, and our video has run really long, so I apologize for that, but I'm so thankful for you for serving this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. My phone number is in Planning Center. You can call me, you can text me, you can ask me in person, but I am so thankful for you, thankful for the connection that you are making with these kids and sharing Jesus with them, and we will see you on Sunday. Thank you so much. Bye.